Hello everyone, welcome to another Wednesday Faction Wars today. Tactical Lich here, and yeah, we have a first round battle between Greenskins and Grand Cathay. Curio playing as the Greenskins and Fat Kid at Recess as the Grand Cathay unit, or the Fantasy China, we can Warhammer China, we might know it as, but yeah. So yeah, let's see what is gonna happen here. I assume Cathay is gonna be boxing again. And can Greenskin pack enough punch to break through that? We shall see. Also apologies if I reply to the chat a little bit late today, because for some reason chat is not working on the YouTube channel back end, so I gotta pull out my phone and stare at it for chat messages. But yeah, let's hope everything goes well. Everything else goes well today, and we shall see what happens. Looks like Fat Kid at Recess is ready, and we're just waiting for Curio's Greenskins to ready up as well. We'll be playing as the Bretonians in this tourney today, but round one we're getting a bye round in round one, so we'll start playing in the second round. Hopefully we can try out some non-meta builds. Probably gonna attempt a little bit of a prophetess leadership build. But we shall see what happens here. Yeah, the Greenskins down to the last few hundred gold budget, so we can expect to start the battle soon-ish. Can't really say much, can't really say more about the Greenskin build, because I do not want to spoil anything in the army picks there. We shall see. Alright. Let's see what happens here. Alright, come on, Kuro, you can do this. I know you can just squeeze in the last few hundred gold, and then we are good to go. But yeah, Fat Kid at Recess, haven't seen this guy for a while. Yeah, for those who don't know, Fat Kid at Recess has been quite an active player for a while, but in the last few months, I don't think I've seen him a lot in the 20 battles. So yeah, let's see let's see whether he's rusty or if he still have a sharp edge in battle. Now for the army builds here, we can already see both sides going for a very classic approach to their. Actually, wait, hold on. What is this Grand Cathay army doing? There's no artillery on their side. Whoa, whoa. Now that's a spicy build. We are seeing the Jade and Jet Lions instead, with 3 Grenadiers, Nangao Grenadiers, for a little bit of Ying presence on the battlefield and get the harmony effect. And then we saw a lot of Jade Warriors and peasants. Gonna be a forming. I don't think it's gonna be a box build, actually. It's probably gonna be more of a push build. It's probably gonna be more of a Cathay rush, but we shall see. Alright, we've loaded in. What the fuck is this build? Alright, let's see, look at this. Jade Warriors, Halberds with Peasant Long Spears. And in the sky, some Empress Crowman, one of them, some Onyx Crowman, one of them, the Empress Crowman with grenades. And then 3 more Grenadiers at the back there, and Zhaoming the Iron Dragon, supported by, yeah, Jade and Jet Lions. I wonder how are they gonna deal with cavalry. Actually, never mind, Jade Warriors, that's how. Oh, sorry, let me just quickly do some, 1 minute admin. Uh, Okay, now for the army builds here, we have, sorry, I was just dealing with some tourney admin stuff because one of the players have to forfeit due to technical issues. Now, for the greenskin army of Courier, a front line of Black Orcs, so a lot of very mean armor piercing to try and punch through that Cathay armored Jade Warrior front line. And, but yeah, looks like they're mostly fighting peasants today. A very heavy metal front line with the Apex Loonies ready to unleash those spinning loons onto enemy formation there. Goblins and let's see, Orc Boys, Goblins, and Broken Tusk mobs with a couple more archers and Ruglux Armored Orcs and Rusty Airs. Alright, so battle has begun, and Black Orcs are moving up. Wurzak, oh wait, forgot to talk about the leadership of Greenskins. Wurzak and leading the army with a Night Goblin Big Boss double caster build. But this Night Goblin Warburst isn't here to cast spells actually. Oh wait, no, this is the Big Boss, not a Shaman, sorry. Do I have the... Yeah, well, I have the army blocker off. Everything's going fine. Alright. Not much is happening, actually. There are the Goblin Bolt Thrower launching shots at the enemy monster. Not doing a whole lot. Empress Crowman will be flying over and ready to drop some bombs, perhaps. We shall see. There's not a whole lot of... ooh, a little bit of mistake from Fat Kid at Recess. Actually, it's doing a lot of good damage. I don't know if it's the most efficient use of the ability, though. The bombs are probably better to be dropped onto some Orc Boys. Because the Goblin Bolt Thrower are still firing. Actually, the best target is actually these Rusty Airs. But yeah, Jiaming is already sneaking in and dropping a Dragon Breath onto Apex Loonies, while some Crowmen trying to jump those Rusty Airs. But the Broken Tusk mobs are at the back there, jumping in and trying to save those Rusty Airs some expensive Regiment of Renown, while another unit of the Ruglux Armored Orcs also being harassed by the Onyx Crowmen. But the Ruglux Armored Orcs have much better melee stats than the Rusty Airs and better armor, so they're surviving a little bit better, despite the lack of cavalry support. On the far side there, looks like Peasant Long Spears are taking some damage. I feel like, the Cathay infantry might want to start pushing, just to try and get some grenades. Maybe not. Anyways, one of the Crowman is dead because of the Broken Tusk mob, and Rusty Ears are still surviving, launching shots here, while the lack of cavalry really made the Ruglux Armored Orcs feeling the pain of being hit by Crowmen. So they took quite a lot more damage because of the lack of cavalry, now that once the battle drags on. Another wave of grenade from the Empress Crowman, really trying to shut down the enemy artillery. Unfortunately, those artillery aren't really that good. Well, they don't do a whole lot of damage, but looks like the Crowmen are taking a shit ton of damage in the process, due to these Crimson Killers flooding in and slicing and dicing those infantry-sized models. Another Crowman jumped in, and this time against the tattered Ruglux Armored Orcs, trying to finish them off. In the front line, Black Orcs will be pushing up, knowing that they can't really just sit there and take the fight anymore. They have to bring the fight to the enemy there, trying to get some damage in and start hacking through those peasants. They need to fight through them anyways. Might be a good time to start sending out those spinning loons among enemy formations. Grenadiers are launching shots into the armored black orcs. A way better choice would be the peasant long spears due to their lack of AP damage, but Dragon's Breath attack is doing some good work as well. Yeah, they really need to start sending out those spinning loons because they will soon reach that 25% hit point threshold that denies them from using the ability. It's very close, it's gonna come in anytime. And after that, they won't be able to use those spinning loons to damage the front line. Yeah, I think they're okay. They managed to get one wave of spinning loons, but I don't think they can get a second one out. Doing some insane damage. Actually, only a very nice path, hitting both the Nangal Grenadiers and the Jade Warrior Halberds. Now, both units took significant damage, and the wall of metal and bodies are just plowing straight through those peasant front line there. The peasants simply are no match against those heavily armored orc. I can't really call them boys anymore. They're more than just orc boys. They're they're a big boy now. Yeah. And the Greenskins have a pretty huge lead on that balance of power. All the Cathay units are being driven back. All these grenadiers still having a lot of ammo, but just don't have the safe space to fire anymore, as their frontline, the protectors, are being sent to the edges of the battlefield with orc boys and black orcs closely following them. At the back there, over here, yeah, the Jade Warriors are just putting up a last stand among all these black orcs. It's like the end times. Black Orcs, Greenskins just overwhelming those Grand Cathay defenses. Those poor Jade Warriors will be hacked down. Their armor means nothing to the great axes of the Greenskins. The Crimson Killers doesn't have primary armor piercing, but they just have such insane weapon strength and bonus versus infantry. It doesn't really matter. Nice use of the missile mirror here, denying the rusty airs from shooting and just launching the shots back at themselves. But yeah, they are just going to pull back and stop shooting for now, while Zhao Ming is being surrounded by those Broken Tusk mob and even the not goblin big bosses in the fight with Warsack trying to just beat him down. They took out quite a bit of health on this Cathay Dragon. Oh, need an effigy of the Git trying to pin down the mighty dragon so that Warsack can try and push out of his own troops and stay away from this Grand Cathay leadership. But yeah, overall, the Greenskin seems to have a very safe lead on the battlefield right now. And this is most likely going to be a Greenskins victory. Actually, I wonder, is anyone able to see chat? Because I can't see chat. Yeah. Anyways, shouldn't be matter anyways. Where the focus is the battlefield anyways. Yeah. Hopefully I'm not ignoring anybody who are typing stuff into the chat. Anyways, yeah, that's gonna be army losses with the Greenskins getting a win. Excuse me, just let me quickly check. If there's any more 20 issues going on. Okay. I think everything's fine. So yeah, for the damage value here, the Black Orcs basically plowed straight through the enemy front line with the majority of the damage done by the Broken Tusk mob here. The archers did some work. Oh, actually the rusty areas did some really nice stuff there. Getting back their value, mostly. Shooting down, I assume a lot of HP comes from Zhao Ming, who is also stuck in a bunch of Broken Tusk mob as well. While the infantry, not doing a whole lot, just basically tying down those infantry and pushing back those Nangal Grenadiers. And of course the wall of metal, those heavy black orcs, just punching straight through those Cathayan frontline. Oh, thanks for chat is invisible. No, Okay, never mind. Yeah, just people. Yeah, thanks for testing it out. I can see it on my phone now. Good to know that the chat isn't broken on the front end. The back end is something went wrong, and I can absolutely not see anything. So yeah, good to know. Good to know. At least I will still be able to check chat. Oh, looks like chat is back, even at the back end. So everything's fine now, I guess. Perfect. But yeah, for like the first 15 minutes, it's basically just an error message from YouTube saying, "Oh no, something went wrong." Yeah, I know something went wrong because I can't see chat. But what actually went wrong? Please tell me. Nah. Anyways, yeah. Looks like the Grand Cathay army wasn't quite prepared for a wall of metal of black orcs, and they just don't have the solution against that this spam of heavy infantry. And the Cathay Zone infantry got suppressed by... Oh shit. Our players are dropping left, right, and center. The surfer is going... The server might have a bit of a problem today because we have a couple more players facing technical issues. So we have a few less players and hope... Oh shit. Do we even have enough people for 4 rounds? If not, we'll just shrink it down to 3 rounds. But we'll see what happens here. It's quite an unfortunate coincidence in this case. Alright, let's just check. Cause holy fuck, what is happening? The multiplayer server is breaking today. Alright, I might... You know... Let's see what happens with the rest of the battles first, and then if we have some time left over, I might actually just pop up the early access beta and just check out some of the new units as well. Just go through some of the new units with you guys. But yeah, let's see what happens there. Alright, give me a second. Just let me, I think that's everything. Alright, for the army performances of Grand Cathay here, unfortunately Zhao Ming didn't really do a whole lot, getting stuck in the middle of a bunch of anti-large AP cavalry and then shot by archers and stuff, while the infantry got basically plowed through by the Black Orcs, and the Grenadiers doesn't have the AP to kill the Black Orcs there. A lot of crowmen were being invested on trying to shut down those missile units, but And yeah. Yeah, it looks like the multiplayer server here today is not working well for CA. Yeah. So we've got players dropping left, right, and center, unfortunately. We'll have to figure out something for this one. But yeah, for now, we will look. We still have a few matches going on for round 2, and we are jumping into a battle against Nurgle as Bretonnians. And yeah, let's see what happens if I bring a non-meta warlord. But holy shit. Internet's bad today, holy shit. Yeah. Not sure what's happening. I hope Cloudflare isn't down. Again. Alright, let's see. Do we have all the replays? Actually, we don't have all the replays. Cause 3 out of 5 battles in round 1 are unfortunately cancelled because yeah, unfortunately cancelled because of internet issues. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Okay, sorry, let me just quickly do some adjusting at the back end. Alright, Alright, I need to find my opponent, actually. Who am I fighting again? Frozen Core. Right. Oh no, I'm fighting. I'm probably gonna fight Kugath. How to do this? Oh no. Wait, what? Wait, hold the fuck up. Oh no. Oh no. Even my game crashed with the multi... Is the server down? Alright, let me just restart the game and see. I think this concludes today's tourney at this point. Right, you could you appear to be offline. Yeah, I think that multiplayer server is just down at this point. In that case, I might actually have to cancel the tourney, unfortunately. that was not what I expected. At least we have one replay from round 1, but that's about it. That's that's all we can do. Yeah, so apologies everyone. I think the multiplayer server is just not there, and unfortunately we won't be able to proceed with the tournament. Hopefully we don't have another problem like that next week. I just hope this is a temporary thing, but yeah. We do have one replay, so we are gonna cast that for sure, because we already have it, so we can't let it go to waste. Let me just make an announcement about a tournament in the server, and then we can proceed with that one replay casting. And at the same time, maybe I can do some. You know what? We can do some early access replay casting. Yeah, because I got some cool replays from the early access beta. The problem is I need to reinstall the early access version, because I need to go back to the vanilla version, the base game version, so that I can play the tournament with everyone. But now I need to shift back over to the early access version, and then I can show you the cool new shit in early access. Wait, hold on. Actually, hold on. In that case, I can't. Wait. You know what? Yeah, we'll just have. Hold on. We need to cast the new replay first, and then wait like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. No, it's. Yeah, okay. Let's just cast the remaining replay of today's tourney first, and then we can figure out, do we have time to check out the cool new shit. We shall see. Alright, let's just check this one out. This is the one and only replay. Yeah, not a single game on the browser, even multiplayer campaign. Yeah, the server is just down for multiplayer according to, well, everyone. So, the only game we get to... The two only games we get to see today. The one we cast live, and this one between Blue Humanoid and Spikes. Vampire Coast versus Warriors of Chaos. Yeah, we shall see what happens here. Blue Humanoid. Let's pause the game for a bit. There's slow motion. The screen is black. You can't see anything. All right, sorry. Let me. Yeah, I think it's just OBS was just going a little bit ham. Yeah, I think everything's back. Anyways, yeah. So for the. Yeah, just let me know if you're still seeing a black screen, but hopefully it shouldn't be the case right now. For the army builds here, what you get wrecked? Hey, don't spoil everything, mate. Nah, just kidding. For the armies here, we have Vampire Coast versus Warriors of Chaos, a front line of Death Gods, a very elite front line for the Vampire Coast actually. With 5 whole units of Death Gods. Nobody expect this kind of melee rush, honestly. And oh shit! 7 units of Death Gods. What the hell? And then a few more chaff units. That's it. It's a very simplistic build, but I love it. And a Death Caster with a Spirit Leech and Spirit Leech only, and in the skies Luther Harkon. Yeah, it's just 3 types of units: chaff, melee anti-infantry, and melee anti-large. That's it. Excluding the characters, I guess. But yeah, that's it. All infantry, all are just gonna grind the shit out against Warriors of Chaos. On the other side, for the Warriors of Chaos, going with Burning Head, Piercing Bolts of Burning, and Tormentor Sword, the front line of Chaos Warriors, who will definitely lose against Death God's dual weapons version, because they do not have healing, they do not have bonus versus infantry, and simply have worse stats in general. You can see how significantly worse those melee attack and weapon strength are on these guys. They can hold a bit, but it's gonna be rough. Other than that, though, there are still some very elite units on the battlefield. A couple regiments of renown, summoners of rage, and rotting riders. 3 units of hellstriders, great for harassing missiles, but there are no missiles for them to rear charge today. They will have to try and deliver that devastating flanking. Oh wait, no, hellstriders do not have devastating flanker. Oh no. Yeah, they're gonna have a rough time against Death Gods. They do not have armor piercing and no damage amplification against those elite infantry. They can charge chaff, but that's about it. Murder Horseman on the far corner, and leading the army is it's the Chaos Sorcerer Lord. And Luther Harcourt is gonna spell trouble for this guy here. Because Luther Harcourt is just gonna stick to him and just keep poking at him with the pistol on the Terrorgeist. And there's no way for this guy to beat Luther Harkon in melee either, because it's a Terrorgeist that has anti-large armor piercing and, more importantly, regeneration to heal. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Wait, this Terrorgeist doesn't have regeneration? What the fuck? Oh wait, no, the regeneration, I missed it. Never mind. Hornswaggle as well, reducing enemy melee stats and armor. So yeah, it's gonna be an uphill battle for this Sorcerer Lord. It's just gonna be Luther Harkon trying to assassinate him. Rotting Riders slamming into those zombie Pyrodecan mobs, doing some decent damage, but they probably are needed elsewhere. That chain lightning from the Summoners of Rage will be needed, very much needed, onto enemy blobbed up infantry and stuff. And Hellstriders are trying to move into position for a rear charge. You can oh no, the Chaos Warriors are getting slaughtered. Oh no. Those anti-infantry bonus is an insane weapon strength. Oh, you can see how quickly they're dropping. Oh no. And Luther Harkon is just chilling in the skies, poking down the Chaos Sorcerer Lord. And Murder Javis, the horsemen here, trying to... This is their best bet in killing those Death Gods. And I don't know, man. This is gonna be rough. They can use the missiles to try and poke down the enemies. Oh, and Rage is being activated on the Death God, the Bloody Reaver Death Guards as well. Further mitigating incoming damage. The Burning Head didn't do jack shit against those Death Gods due to their high armor, and some zombies are tying down Murder Horsemen and stuff. Piercing Bolts of Burning, though, that's probably a better bet with the armor piercing damage, but it's better against monsters. Let's see how much damage it does against a lot, actually. This is actually way better than the Burning Head. But right now, time is not on the Warriors of Chaos side. They are losing every engagement outside. Oh, that's not Spirit Leash, that's the Fate of Buna to kill Cavalry. Okay. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Luther Harkon is the anti-large killer here. And the Summoners of Rage overstate their welcome in the middle of a bunch of Death Gods. They still haven't used their Chain Lightning, which is very much needed to kill blobbed infantry here. But yeah, things are not looking good for the Warriors of Chaos now. Oh boy. Yeah, it's too elite of a box for these Chaos Warriors and stuff to deal with. Yeah, I think we can fast forward this. It's cleanup action. Balance of power is significantly ahead for the Vampire Coast. There are still some Rotting Riders here trying a desperate attempt to assassinate Luther Harkon. But that's not gonna work over time as more and more Death Gods pile in. I think this is last-ditch attempt of a Piercing Bolts of Burning. That doesn't matter as, yeah. Army losses hit, and that shall be victory for the Death God spam. And nobody expected it, because if there's a Fate of Buna, things might be, no, not Fate of Buna. If there's Purple Son of Zerus, this might go very differently for the Death Gods here, but yeah, it's mostly just Burning Head and Piercing Bolts of Burning. None of them are cost-efficient spells at killing armored infantry. But yeah, I agree, Spikes. It is just an uphill battle for you. It's a box build. Warriors of Chaos need specific tools to deal with box builds. But when you're expecting a Vampire Coast army, you wouldn't bring those anti-box build in general. Not always. Yeah, I think some might be warranted. Like Burning Head makes a lot of sense to kill zombie chaff and whatnot, but nobody expects a Death God spam, honestly. Oh wait, fruit rules are only 3 dev gods? Let me check. I haven't memorized every one of the unit limits, I'm sorry. I need to check that myself. You can bring 3 dev gods with halberds, but you can bring 4 dev gods with dual weapons. They have a slight cost difference. That might be why it warranted the change. Because halberds is gonna be a pain in the ass to do box builds. It's less common to see dual weapons being incorporated into box builds. So I assume that's why. Because if you bring a dual weapon one, it's usually a rush build. Halberds can be really good against cavalry and monsters, but dual weapons is the regular dev gods a very specific anti-infantry tool, so I assume this kind of slightly lower utility is why they allowed for dev gods with regular versions in fruit rules. Yeah, this is just about legal, yeah. And the Bloody Reaver dev gods as well. they took barely any model losses because they're healing their models in the fight as well. So, man. Yeah, this is a rough one for the Warriors of Chaos who did not prepare for a box build at all. To be honest, fighting against Vampire Codes, you expect a lot of zombie chaff, not a heavy infantry line. The most you would expect as like a heavy armored unit is probably Lamprey's Revenge and other gun crabs. That's about it. You wouldn't expect like 7 heavy infantry on their field. Yeah, let me just quickly see how long it takes to reinstall the beta patch. Because if I can get it done fast enough, maybe in like 5-10 minutes, I can probably just roll up some of the early access stuff and yeah, play around with those stuff for a bit. And also, give me a couple minutes to just type out the announcement on the Discord. Alright, now we just have to wait for the game to update, which 10%, so we just need to wait for 3-4 minutes probably, and then we should be probably 5 minutes, and then we should be able to check out the new stuff. But yeah, apologies for the black screen right now. Can't really show you guys anything else. Maybe I can play some games or something during the meantime. But what? I can't really just load up freaking Uma Musume and play some gacha right now, right? Yeah, no. But yeah, recently I've been playing a lot more indie games actually. Although to be fair, I'm just kind of stuck on Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom lately. But yeah, I feel like I've been wanting to play more indie games. There are some cool indie games I've been playing, like Nine Kings, which is like a roguelike board builder. It's not really a deck builder, kind of like a city builder. You get cards and try to use them to stack up your slots and upgrade your towers, your camps, your units, and stuff like that, and slowly build your kingdom of limited slots. There's also The King is Watching, which is quite nice to play as well. Recently, there's just been a lot of strategy roguelikes, and yeah, things are looking quite interesting. If anything, I would say it's looking more interesting in the indie games department than... Oh, wait, no. Let me just check Steam's estimate for the installation time. Oh, it needs 20 minutes. Yeah, I think we'll have to cancel... Yeah. I think I'm just gonna have to cancel today's stream and end it here, because it takes another 20 minutes to update the file. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna be entertaining enough for everyone to stay around and listen to me talk about random shit for 20 minutes until we have a total Warhammer game ready to go. So yeah, unfortunately that is gonna be the end for today's stream. Hopefully the server issue is not gonna happen for the next week. And we'll get to go for one last tournament before the DLC launches. Hopefully, you guys had fun watching the 2 games we had today, and yeah, hopefully we don't have anything else happening next week. Man, it would be a pain in the ass to go through this again. But yeah, hopefully the Skavens, whoever or whatever that dug their way into the cables into the server room, will be dealt with. And we'll be back with more 20 next week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I'll be uploading some videos about the Tides of Torment DLC, especially multiplayer battles, because I've got to play some cool games against other content creators. And yeah, we'll be having some more DLC action, early access DLC action in the rest of the week. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Tactical Lich signing out.